So I did it. I ranked every single NHL Adidas reverse retro jersey. And I'm a little late to the party here, I think. I think they came out over a month ago. I'm pretty sure it's been at least a month since they were initially released, at least for us to be able to see what they looked like. So yeah, it's a little bit late, but that's all right. Some of them have had time to grow, in my opinion, and some of them, my opinion, has, faded a little bit on them, I guess you could say. But I really like almost all of them, actually. I think almost all of them look pretty good. And so I'll say right now, I'm not ranking this exactly based on how well they followed the reverse retro program, because I know that the Islanders are definitely almost always last. They're not going to be last here. Some teams didn't really follow the fact that it was a reverse retro to a T, and a lot of those, it doesn't matter, right? Like for instance, like Vancouver Canucks, like they didn't necessarily make a reverse retro. They took their current colors and put it on a retro jersey. So it looks nice. I like that one. But what a reverse retro really would be more like the St. Louis jersey, where it's like the colors switched in a way, right? It's a reverse retro. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to be basically just ranking these on how well I actually like how they look. That's it. That's all. So yeah, Islanders are not last. And there's actually only one jersey that I think is a really poor, ugly thing. I mean, I don't like more than one of them. I like almost all of them, but there's a few I'm not a big fan of. But there's one that I actually just think is really the worst. Probably shouldn't have happened. And that is the Dallas Stars. I do not like it at all. I mean, it's not so bad just the fact that it's all white. And I know it's harder to see the where it says stars there and the outline of the star. It's that silvery, icy color. I know people have said it makes it harder to see. I agree. I think it could have been a lot better. Like for an all-white jersey to have that, I'm not quite sure. I think what really would have been good is if the inner part was green. I mean, I guess that would really make it a reverse retro. But if the inner part was green, that would be really nice. But the thing that really I do not like about this jersey is just the way the logo is put on there. Because you can see like the white of the logo is so different from the white of the jersey, and it just is so visible and looks so bad. It looks like someone cut it out of a piece of paper and they didn't want to cut out all the letters, and they just were like, okay, that's good enough, and they put it on there. I don't like that. I think they could have done better. But here, I'll show you the shoulder patch. That's the shoulder patch. That looks good. But I actually didn't notice. Oh, and here's the player. But I actually didn't notice that they actually used to do that anyway with the, let's just paste it on there. Because if you look at Brett Hull here on the green jersey, they actually do have it. And even on the white jersey where they're holding the Stanley Cup, Mike Modano and Darian Hatcher, and I think Zubov is in the back there. It's pasted on just in the similar way, but I don't think I've ever really noticed it before. And I think this jersey just really just brings the attention onto it. And at least for me, I just think it looks so bad, because I don't mind those other jerseys. Like, I don't think they look bad. Like, I don't think that Dallas Stars jersey looks bad, but this one, this reverse retro, is to me the absolute worst, because it looks like it's not professional, really. I don't know. I just think they could have done a way better job at that. And then I don't know if it'd be last at that point still, but it would be a lot better anyway. But yeah, this is definitely the worst of the bunch. Number 30, better, for sure. But I'm not a big fan of this Winnipeg Jets jersey. Yeah, just I remember seeing it for the first time, and it's about the same. I'm like, that's what they did, you know. But yeah, anyway, I think what I was hoping for, but even if they kept this logo, like, that's a good logo. It's just I was kind of hoping for the other logo that they had in the 90s. But anyway, that's fine too. But I just don't like the gray color with the blue color, and just the way it's shaped, and I don't know. To me, that's one of the worst. There's the side numbers, the arm numbers, up closer. But anyway, yeah, not my favorite. At number 29, Detroit, just because there's not a lot going on here, for sure. I know that most rankings have these guys very, very low, and I agree. I remember first seeing this and being like, what? That's what you did? It's not horrible, but it's just very boring, right? I actually, putting Yzerman on the back and seeing the C there definitely ups it a little bit for me. But imagine if you just got like this jersey without any numbers on it or any captain thing or anything like that, and it was just like all white on the back and just some silver things. It's just like, I don't know, it's just not great. I remember seeing this too on NHL 21 with this jersey, and it just looks so boring. So yeah, they're definitely down low. There's the side arm there, but yeah, anyway, not the greatest. After this, though, I think I like every single jersey that there is. I think every single jersey after this is one that I really like. So let's move on, I guess. Number 28, the New York Rangers. And the only reason this is so low, because I love that logo. I think that logo looks so good, but I just think the rest of the jersey is very boring. Like, I was not a big fan of the Liberty jerseys before, just the way that the jersey actually was, because the logo is always so good, and I just think they need a jersey that better uses it, I guess, or looks better around it. But even the old one I wasn't a big fan of, and this one, it just seems like they did a lot less with it and made it even more boring than that. Here's the shoulder patches and the logo, and they look really good. I like that part. That part of it is so good, but the reason I have it so low is definitely because it does seem kind of boring, apart from that awesome logo. Number 27, I have the Penguins, and I actually really like the jersey structure. I'm just, of course, not a big fan of the word mark, because I know a lot of people are not as big of fans of the word mark being in the front. But apart from that, it is the colors are nice for a white jersey. The striping is nice. I like it. But yeah, it's just so low because it doesn't have a cool logo like most of the others. There's the side patch. Again, too, I'm not as big a fan of that logo as I am of the what they call the Robo Penguin logo. That's the logo that was there when I started watching hockey, and I loved it. And I mean, that's a fine logo, but I definitely like the other one more. And I think it would have raised my opinion of it if it was on there. But yeah, it's definitely not a bad jersey. It's a nice jersey still, I think. But yeah. Number 26, I have Toronto, and I actually do like this jersey. I think a lot of people, when I first, or when these first came out, I saw a lot of comments about this looking like, I don't know, something from Walmart, or like somebody's shirt that was really cheaply made or something like that, right? But I liked it at first. I really liked it at first. I think over time a little bit it's kind of lessened in my eyes, but I still think it looks really good. I think it looks really good. We have the shoulder patch here. I think that's nice. It reminds me of the Dark guy whenever I see that. But yeah, it's nice, and there's Mitch Marner wearing it. It looks good in action too, I think, when a player is actually wearing it. or at least from this picture, it looks nice to me. So yeah, but it is at 26 still. Number 25, I love that they did this. I think the Anaheim Ducks did a really good job here with the Mighty Wing jumping out of the ice. I remember seeing lots of lists for the ugliest jerseys and making my own, and this not being there, because I do think it's nice. And I think this actually looks better than the green one in terms of the look of the jersey, although the teal ice kind of makes it a little bit weird, but you know, it definitely looks good with the white as the base instead of the teal as the base. I think it looks a lot nicer this way. So I actually do really like this jersey. I just like the others a lot more than this. And actually, I thought this was going to be a lot higher, but when I started comparing them to each other, I just felt that this was not quite up to what the others were in terms of being a nice jersey. There are the shoulder patch and side number. Yeah, great. Love that old logo. That old logo is so good. So yeah. Number 24, I have Philly, and I think that's a good jersey. I think it's a really nice jersey. But yeah, there's nothing really wrong with it. They did the reverse retro thing, I think, with putting the black up there. And yeah, I think it looks good, but just not as good as some others. There's the side numbers. Yeah, it's a nice jersey. Number 23, I have Ottawa, which this is actually a really sharp looking jersey as well. I think the reveal of it kind of was a little bit underwhelming just because they had already announced that they were going retro anyway. But I guess this technically would be a reverse retro, and I think it looks better red than it does black. But that's my opinion. So I do think this is a really nice jersey. And there are the number on the side, and you get a nice little bit of a better look at the main logo, how it's stitched on there, or I don't know, stitched or whatever you call the 3D-ness of it. I'm not really up on those. And then the shoulder patch, which is, it's fine, I guess. I don't really care about that one that much, but you know, it's fine. It's the Senators. Number 22, I have Chicago. I love how that logo looks on there. I think the logo on there looks really good. When this released, I didn't even really see that logo because they had that weird picture of the guy standing. I think it was actually they just showed the back numbers of it. But yeah, I like this jersey. I think it looks really nice. I think Chicago, I don't know if they had much else to do because they've done so many retro type jerseys, so many third jerseys or winter classic jerseys or like whatever kind of things, right? So yeah, it is something different, but they couldn't have really gone in much other directions. But yeah, I like it. I still like it. I still think it looks really good, and I love that logo. I think it really looks good on there. So there's the numbers stitched very nicely. And yeah, that's number 22. Number 21. This one was a lot lower initially. I didn't really like it as much when it came out, but Edmonton, I don't know. There's something about it that pops a little more to me. It's grown on me a little bit. And so yeah, I like it. I think it looks really good. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one. It looks good. It's at 21st place. 20th is Vegas. And I never really was one that really felt that the secondary logo should be on the front. But after seeing this, I actually think it looks good on there. I think it really does. The red's good. The gold is cool. And yeah. And there's the shoulder patch. So yeah. Number 20 was Vegas. Number 19, the Arizona Coyotes. And I really like the purple on this. I like the coyote head. And yeah, I think it overall is a really good jersey. There's the gecko on the side, on the shoulder, and that's the only part I don't really like. It doesn't look as bad as I remember, but I'm not a big fan of the bottom cactus thing. But I know because it's a reverse retro, that's what you're going for, is to make it just like the retro jersey, except reversing a little bit, unless you're the Islanders and just make it the same. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I like it. I like that jersey. Just not as big of a fan of the bottom part, just in general, from my opinion. So, I do love the purple, though. This could have been a lot higher without it, but yeah. Anyway, that's number 19. Number 18 is the St. Louis Blues, who did the reverse retro in the exact reverse retro way. And almost seeming like they became the St. Louis Reds. But as far as the jersey looks, though, it looks good. I like it. I like the number slant, and yeah, I mean that's what they had in the 90s. There's not much more to say, but I think it looks good. I like that style. There's the trumpet that almost was on the front of the jersey in the 90s. That's yeah. I don't mind that logo. But anyway, that's number 18. Number 17, Nashville. I really like this jersey. I really like this jersey. I know a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like the yellowish kind of color as much. I honestly think it looks so good. I think it looks really good. Even the yellow jerseys that they have as their home jersey, I think those look really good as well. So I feel like around the NHL, I'm kind of more of a minority on that, but I do love the yellow coloring for them. I liked it better when they went all yellow than when they were the year they went to the finals with the piping on it. So yeah, pretty good. And here's a little bit of a better look because that's a little bright on the shoulders. This picture, you can see a little bit better the way the silver is on the shoulders. A little bit better how the logo really is. And I think it looks really good. Again, I think that looks really good. And then there's the side patch, which again is really good. I love that silver color, and I think they did a good job. A lot of people think they could have done a better job. They might have been able to, but I still like this a lot. So we're coming up to number 16, and I guess you could, in a way, say, oh, these are the playoff qualifiers. Top 16, right? But anyway, yeah. So here's number 16. Colorado, Quebec Nordiques, throwback. I don't like that they brought back the Nordiques. I don't like that Carolina brought back the Whalers thing either. Minnesota bringing back the North Star style was awesome though, because it was Minnesota, and yeah. But I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Colorado bringing back the Nordiques. But with that said, this jersey looks really good. I love the look of this jersey, and the colors with it being, I don't know what you call it. Is that burgundy? The reddish color. But mixed with the blue numbers there, I just think that looks really good. That really makes it, I think, better than the original. So, yeah, there is that. So, yeah, I like this jersey a lot. There's a better look at the logo. And then there's a better look at the fleur-de-lis. And yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say, but I do really like this jersey. I just like, I don't have it as high as a lot of other people. I don't think it's, the best of the best, but I definitely do think it is a really nice jersey, despite my feelings on should they have brought it back, should they have not. I don't think so, but the fact that they did, at least they made something look really good. So, yeah. Number 15, I have San Jose. I really like this one, and I like the old Shark logo. But the new Shark logo, I mean, it is a very good logo, but it's nice to see this old Shark logo again. Yeah, that's really mostly what I have to say. There's the numbers. I love that. I think those numbers are awesome. I love the way they did the numbers then. I think that helps my opinion of it go up, actually. So, yeah, Sharks here at the halfway point. Actually, 16 And I guess Seattle's not in yet. 16 kind of is halfway, but 15, I'm used to that being the halfway for the NHL. But anyway, going above half is the Columbus Blue Jackets at number 14. And I like it. I remember when I first saw this, I thought, okay, that's cool. And then it kind of like went down in my opinion. And I was like, well, it's not that great actually, is it? But now it's gone up a little. I really just love that logo. I think that logo looks so good on there. And here's the shoulder patch. And there's the stars on the side. But yeah, I guess, it would have been nice to see the bug guy, the blue jacket on the shoulder patch as the shoulder patch. But the cannon looks really nice too. I like that as well. Either way, I think it's good. And again, seeing that old logo again, their first logo, is awesome. I love that. I think that looks so good. So I'm glad they went back to that for sure. Number 13, I have Buffalo. I do think the red jersey looks better. But yeah, this is really good. I love that logo. I love the Sabres logo. And really, that's what the team is. It's the Buffalo Sabres, right? The team name is the Sabres. Buffalo is the place that they play. The team name is the Sabres. So I don't mind when they have the little Buffalo and the Sabres, but as much as I like, and here's a better look at the numbers actually, and there's the Buffalo. As much as I like that logo, having that as a main logo is like, well, they're called the Sabres, It's like, it's not just the Buffalo. I also don't know why people call this the angry goat, because to me it looks very much like a buffalo, like very much like a buffalo. Like I can always tell that's a buffalo. But anyway, yeah, they're called the Sabres, so it's nice seeing the Sabres as the main logo, and I love that logo a lot. And that's actually what brings it up so high, is having the two Sabres together as the logo. I love it. Number 12 is Boston, and I mostly just like this because of the colors. I think the colors look really good. I love that yellow on there. There's the bear patch, which is, I like the bear patch, even though it's an ugly little thing. But it's retro, right? It's good. I like it. And there's just another view of the jersey. I just really love the yellow of it. That's why it's so high. I just think it looks really good. Number 11, I have the Hartford Whalers jersey. And again, I'm not a big fan of it being brought back, but at the same time, I think it looks like a really good jersey. It is a great looking thing. And so that's why it's here. Carolina Hurricanes at number 11. And of course, the whale. I love the whale guy. He is the best. He is the best. So yeah. Number 10, I have Montreal, and originally I didn't really care that much for this, but I don't know, the blue, just the color of blue, it just is so good looking, I think. I just think it looks so nice. And again, this is a real reverse retro. This is like the definition of reverse retro is this. This is probably the reason, no, I don't know if it's the reason that they made reverse retro the thing, but it could be, and it looks really good. And yeah, Montreal in blue is a good thing. I think I think it looks better than Montreal in red, but I'm also not a Montreal fan, because I think if I was a Montreal fan, I'd probably think a lot differently. But no, to me, the blue looks better. So yeah, they are at number 10. Number 9, red and green should not be seen, is not something that I say pretty much ever, because I love red and green together, and I think that looks so good. And again, this is a real reverse retro where they reverse the red and the green, and I just love it. I think it looks so good. I think it looks very good. And here's a better look at that logo, actually. Yeah, super good. So number 9, New Jersey. Number 8, Blasty. I love it. I think it's so good. And actually, originally when I first saw this, I thought, man, it would look better if they had it the exact way that they did before, where they had the red at the bottom. And thinking about it more and then looking at it again, I actually like it better like this. I like it better with just those stripes. Like, I know with the Rangers, well, they don't have a bottom stripe, but with the Rangers, it just seemed like it got duller and more boring. But this jersey just seems to have got better with it. So I do like that it's black on the bottom as well as above, for sure. And then there's there's Giordano as well. But there's the side patch, and I like that. I love that shoulder patch. I think it's cool that they made it white. I think it looks nice. Number 7, here we go. Here it is, the Islanders. But I just think that those stripes and the color and the neckline look so much better. So much better than what they have. Especially the neck on those jerseys, and a lot of Adidas jerseys when they first came out have horrible necklines. I'm thinking of Colorado, and I think that neckline is so bad. I think it looks so bad. The rest of the Colorado jersey is so good, but the neckline is so bad on that. But the Islanders also have a really weird neckline, and I don't like it. So this is just... it's so much of an upgrade, I think. I think that jersey looks fantastic. And I know because it came out with the reverse retro, it's lame in a way because they should have done something else. But, man, if they were going to do this thing where they made it look very, very similar to their normal jerseys, at least they did it like this, because this looks amazing. And that's why it's at number 7. I think it looks so good. I love how the white is above the orange. I think that looks so much better. And yeah, absolutely. Like, this thing is just brilliant. I love it. Number 6, I have LA. Some of these are really hard to rank above the others, but I have LA here. I think it looks good. A different take on the reverse retro, taking retro colors and putting it on a different retro jersey. And I think it's super cool. I think it's so cool right here how they have the numbers inside that little sleeve part on like the elbow-ish area. I think that looks awesome. I think that's really cool and different, you know? So yeah, definitely up there for me. Number 6, LA Kings. Number 5, I got the Minnesota Wild. That's my favorite current logo in the NHL, current main logo as of right now. But yeah, I love the Minnesota Wild logo so much, and putting it on this jersey made this jersey better, I think. I just love that logo. That's what brings it up so high. That logo is still there. But I like what they did with their retro idea. I know it's not maybe. It might be. I don't know if they switched the stripes at all. It might not be a full out, reverse retro. Maybe it is. But it's retro, and they put a new logo on it, their current logo, and I don't know. I just think it looks so good. And I know it's been every single person's idea to do this, but it's a great idea that they actually went through with it and did this and made the Wild into the North Star colors. And I'm pretty sure that's still the North Star numbers as well. So yeah, looks really good. There's a closer look at that awesome logo. It looks so good. Looks so good. And number 4, my team, the Vancouver Canucks. I love the gradient jersey. It's possibly my favorite. I think the old stick and rink white jerseys are probably my favorite Canucks ones. But I love the red reverse, or not the red reverse, the red gradient that they used. I had that jersey when I was little, and it was definitely my favorite. It's where I came into watching hockey and started cheering for this team. And so they picked an amazing era to bring back, and I love it. I mean, it's different. And what I said before, or maybe I said it before, maybe I didn't, but what I was thinking is, like, with a reverse retro, what it would be in reality for this jersey would be having the red up top and gradient down into the blue. But this looks better than that would, I think, for sure. I think this is awesome that they have this gradient with the green and bring back their old jersey with their new current colors. Yeah, that's awesome. Or you could maybe say that they brought back their old colors, kind of like the Los Angeles Kings. But yeah, no, it's really good. I like it. Here's the side numbers. Yeah, great jersey. Yeah, now we're gonna get into the top three, the big three, and yeah, these are the jerseys, these top three that they just look unreal. They look so good. When they came out, they looked so good, and they still are way at the top for me. And I put Tampa Bay at number 3. It looks so good. I think the same thing, that white stripe being there across there, just like the Islanders, how it's not quite at the bottom, I think that looks so good. I don't know why, but it just looks so good. I love the victory. What do they call them? Victory stripes. I like that. That looks so good. And just in general, the old logo, it just, yeah, I can't really say much more than it looks so good. There's the Florida logo. Yeah, it's such a good jersey. Tampa Bay Lightning, number 3. Number 2 is, I saw today that it was the best-selling one, and rightfully so. It is Washington. The Washington Capitals. This is the jersey that got me excited for the reverse retros. Yeah. Oh, man. This is the one that actually I had as my favorite for a while when I first saw these. This was the best one. And that's changed just a little bit, because it's now only number 2 now. But yeah, this is such a wonderful looking jersey. So good. And yeah, I think that Washington has the worst logo in the NHL, with their, just where it says Washington Capitals, there's a hockey stick, there's 3 stars. I think that's the worst. So bringing back their actual nice logo that they've had, that actual eagle, I love it. I think that's necessary. I think that should be what they wear usually. And here's the Capitol building. That's nice too. That's a good logo as well. But I love that eagle logo so much. Here's Peter Bondra of old and how he would look in the reverse retro. I just thought that picture was cool. So yeah, just a great overall jersey. So now we are at number 1, and the reason it's so high is because it is my all-time favorite logo in all of sports, finally being brought back. And actually, when I first saw it, I was like, I'm so happy that logo is back, but the jersey around it, it's all right. It's not the best I've seen, but it's grown on me so much. Now it's number 1, the Florida Panthers. Best logo. This is probably the best jersey that I've seen them, now that I've really looked in their history and just kind of compared. I actually think this is the best jersey they've had. I just love it. I think it's so good. The Panther looks so good. And I'm really glad that they did not use the well, I guess they wouldn't have, because it's reverse retros, right? So they wouldn't have. But I don't want to see the updated looking logo like this. I don't want to see that on there. I think the updated of this looks really bad. This looks so much better. Here, let me zoom into the logo. Oh, I just love that logo. It's just so, it's the best. To me, there's nothing better than that logo. Maybe if he had the hockey stick in his hands, I don't know. That's a cool thing too. But oh, and here's the palm tree and the hockey stick. Yeah, it's the best to me. So that's my ranking. Florida Panthers, please go back to this. I really like, it's not that their current jerseys are bad, although I don't like how the stripe doesn't go all the way around, how it cuts off if they lift their arms. You see how it cuts off? It's like, oh, that's lame. But I don't know, it's not a bad jersey, but it's just that this is so much better that when they went to those, it was such a downgrade. You know, like, this is the best. And if this became their regular jersey, I think that would be awesome. And I think that I would like that way more. And so, yeah, anyway, that's just my opinion. That's my ranking. And yeah, that's all I have to say.